James was especially hungry today, so this is his second deck dinner and his second serving of fried potatoes. There's more on the grill. And I'm going to talk about these because I got cut off the last time. My camera ran out of battery. And it looks like James is going to talk about revolution and dictatorship eventually. So I've already showed you these pictures with the cat and the backpack there. And this one with the pads and stuff. And this one I finished while the battery was charging up. Well, I mean, I have to do background and stuff, but I finished what he'd instructed to do, and I got to the end of this one, and he doesn't show you how to do the whole color in. He doesn't color in the whole macaw. But he gives you enough so that you can certainly finish coloring in the macaw. And then there's another lesson on the DVD, which is it ended up I wasn't going to do it anyway because it's you need a colored paper to do it, and I don't have any colored paper here, I don't think, right now. So that one's the study in white that's on the cover, and that one's done on colored paper. He uses a tan sort of color. So I was going to mention a few things about this. My pictures certainly didn't turn out as nicely as his did, but I'm pretty happy with them. I just worked in the morning on that, and I learned quite a lot. I've never drawn a macaw before, and maybe not the other things either. And I don't use pencil crayons. I am not a pencil crayon sort of person. I do have some, and I have a lot more than I used today, but I couldn't find them for the life of me. I have a big bag full of the things. They're probably old. They probably don't, they probably are too old. They probably break and stuff too easily.
You watch, I'll find them. I know where
you'll
they
find
are.
them now.
It is a bag.
I have a huge amount of them. Because James likes pencil crayons, and so I thought, oh, well, I'll get pencil crayons and then James can do some art. Maybe we'll do some art together or whatever. But no, we didn't end up. He hasn't done any yet.
Not so far.
But in this, he instructs, he suggests that people use Prismacolor pencil crayons, which I'm sure are excellent. His drawings certainly look excellent. But I had Crayola, so that's what I used today. So that might have made a bit of a difference on how my pictures turned out. I don't know. And also I didn't have a lot of colors. So I had 3 violets in my set, which were exactly the same. And I had no navy blue.
Oh, no.
I had no pencil sharpener, so there was just a very little bit of black left that, beyond the wood. So I used it very sparingly. I knew I'd need it for the macaw, and I'm like, okay, well, I can't use it other places because I need it for this. But I will find the pencil crayons, and I will finish these drawings that I made. And they're going to look awesome when I'm done. Because I want to be illustrating. I've been writing a bunch of stories that I call the silent stories. And I think it's going to be epic. Because I already have a lot of silent stories. And one of them has a macaw. And I haven't written it out yet, but it's excellent.
It's a good story.
Yeah, and I think it's going to make a good song too.
It will make a great song.
Yeah. And So these pictures, I just thought, okay, well, how can I make them so that they can be Silas stories? So if you've listened to some of the Silas stories that I've put videos for, you might be able to figure out which one this backpack one with the cat walking away is, because I've already written that one out. And I put a little baby lizard on top of this picture of the watercolor, so I made it like a watercolor. So if you listen to my Silas stories about baby one, then you might figure out what that, because she was everywhere. She was a little girl that was tiny, like this big, and because she was a baby, she just hatched, and finding her was incredible. So eventually, it didn't take long. It was within the first day that she was born, I think. Silas said, "Okay, Pauline, you're taking her home," because he knew she would not last there. He didn't have a tank to put her in or anything. He didn't know what to do, so I took care of baby one. Anyway, so that's great. I was able to use this to try to catapult me into fine arts mode so that I could get some pictures started for the Silas stories, because I want to illustrate the Silas stories as well. And I have a lot of stories to illustrate. So that's good. I managed to use this to get, and I don't know what I would have used that white still life picture for anyway. I would have had to do a still life of something different, because I can't make a Silas story out of that. But I would highly recommend this. This is excellent. Definitely top of the stack. And a great way to, it was raining this morning, and great way to have fun on a rainy morning. The Sisters Brothers was different than I expected. It says funny, witting, and touching. RogerEbert.com. Honestly, I don't think RogerEbert.com is watching movies anymore. Just giving little blurbs that don't make any sense. I thought this was going to be a funny movie. It's not a comedy. It's not a comedy. Not at all. RogerEbert.com.
I gotta take a break. I'll be back in a while, okay?
Yeah. So, this movie is a serious sort of cowboy thing, and it's about two very, very different brothers. They have very different personalities, and there's suspense, and tragedy, and all that sort of thing. And it has a gold rush California gold rush sort of story woven into it, with aspects from that, and then it has a very happy ending. I was very happy to see that it worked out for, well, it didn't work out for 3 of the 4 guys, but I mean, honestly, the one brother, the younger brother, probably this worked out as well as it could have worked out for him, honestly. He was trouble. But I really like the movie. It's worth watching. Sanditon season 3 is god-awful. And this is the final season, so I expect that other people agreed with me that it's god-awful. I have no interest in watching any movies set in Victorian or the Romance era. Honestly, I can't stand them. I don't think there's been a one that I've went, oh wow, that was great. I just can't stand it. And I really, unless it's a murder mystery or something like that, I really don't care about watching anything about the aristocracy. And I think a lot of people agree with me. They might want to go along with the crowd and think, okay, well, this is going to make me seem more literary or something. I don't know. And why they go for this sort of stuff, but it doesn't. You know, Coronation Street was a huge hit because it was about the common man. And people who actually have lives, people who do something, who live, learn, and whatever. Aristocracy, boring. Boring. Don't want to watch them. Don't care. And that movie is not even believable. Or the series, it's so bad. Yeah, James made a joke when it's made by PBS, and so it came on, thanks to viewers like you, and James said, yeah, it's your fault, viewers, you did this, you know, whatever. It's funny. But come on. Joaquin Phoenix, I expected more from him, but I don't like black and white shows, so that kind of, I suppose that kind of killed it for me anyway. Because unless there's a reason for it to be black and white, it's not artful, just because you've made it black and white. So I can't stand it. There's a lot of people who make black and white films nowadays when they want to seem like they're making high art. It's not. It's not. Unless there's a reason for the black and white, and there isn't here. So it's just bad. So, yeah. I don't know what else James wanted to talk about with revolution and dictatorship. But, I guess maybe I should stop the video for a while. I might want to talk about it. But I will finish these drawings later on once I find my pencil sharpener and more pencil crayons. And how the video, this one has also available how to draw a cat. Colored pencil animals by Mark Menendez again. So I am going to try to get a hold of how to draw a cat, and my one picture, I think I want a cat going like that up at the water lily, because he knows that the little lizard is up there. But let's see. So I definitely need some instruction on how to draw a cat, because besides drawing the little walking legs and the tail of the partial cat in there, I have never drawn a cat before, and I could kind of wing it, but I think I benefit from these instructional DVDs, so I may as well go ahead and do that. And I will be putting leaves in the background, and I don't know how it's going to work out for the macaw, because I use Bristol, as you can see here. I use Bristol to do the pencil crayon drawings on, and I was thinking of using, I've showed you how to use the watercolor leaf art. Describe it. But anyway, I was thinking of doing that for the background, right? So you just use a brush and you wet the paper where your picture is not. So, because I don't want it, although I don't think it could really do much damage seeping into the where the pencil crayon drawing is, but I don't want it there anyway. And Bristol, well, it doesn't absorb, it's really hard and smooth, so I'm worried it will want to spread anyway, but I'm going to try to wet the paper and then put the leaves and then drip the watercolor on to make leaf designs around the macaw. I'm hoping it'll work. If not, well, learning process and whatever. I have never tried that on Bristol board before, so I don't know if it'll work, or it might work well, for all I know. But it certainly works on watercolor paper, because it's a watercolor technique. Anyway, okay, so Yeah. That's all I really have to talk about right now.